Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about is what's behind the paywall of LitecoinLeader.com. And one of those things it's going to be is how to find altcoins. And one of the methods that I use, among many, is I look at the news, and not only do I look at the news, but I dig in further. So one recent company that's been in the news a lot lately is called Grayscale. Now, those of you not familiar with Grayscale, they are basically an investment fund for accredited investors. That means bigger money. And they allow those people to invest into what are essentially cryptocurrency mutual funds. It's not quite what they are, but it's very close. So Grayscale offers products for people to invest in. You just write a check, and they manage it like a custodian, like an IRA or a 401k manager does. You write a check, they make a percentage fee, and you buy a coin. So you can buy Biitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. So when they started with, let's scroll down a little bit. They started with Bitcoin. So you can see right here, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. That was the first one. And what was the timing here? They were established in 2013, but they really came to light in the last year or so. So Grayscale was the first one with the Bitcoin, and then they established Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic. Most of your bigger ones, Litecoin, XRP, Stellar Lumen, Zcash, and Horizon, which is a little bit smaller one, but you can do really well by being in Horizon. So these guys came to the forefront, and they were of note to take note of that these guys are going to be driving a lot of money into this space. So whenever they make an announcement, large or small, it's worth digging into. So what happened a couple months ago in January is they made another note where the press release that came out that said they are going to invest in more altcoins. They put out a list of funds that they had registered with the state of Delaware, and by digging into those, you could find out what exactly all of them were. The highlight of this for this article, for example, is Cardano, Polkadot, and a few other assets. So scrolling down into the article, you could see you've got Aave, which used to be Lend, Cardano, Cosmos or Atom, EOS, Monero, Uniswap, Polkadot. Also mentioned lower level is Decentraland and Basic Attention Token. Now, at the time, again, going back to the timing of this came out in January. But the bigger story comes out in similar February, another release. They also mentioned EOS, Cardano, Chainlink. But the bigger story comes out in March. Mid-March, just a week or two ago, you have this big press release that comes out. Grayscale adds Link, Bat, Decentraland, which is Mana, Filecoin, and LPT, a lesser known one. Now, if you dug into the Grayscale registry in Delaware, you saw that LivePeer was mentioned, but not really called out in most of the articles back in January. So, what happened to all these coins when this press release came out? Let's take a look at all five. We'll go over to Coinbase and a chart for each one. So here is Chainlink. You can see that in March, not a whole lot happened to the price because Chainlink was already a big coin. If you scroll up a little bit, we can see that Chainlink was already, it's ranked, it's number 12. So it's in the top 20. It's not going to move that much with this kind of news. Excuse me. Basic Attention, though, that you can see mid-March, you see this huge volume spike, happens to be March 17th. And you see that the price leaps up from 81 cents to well over $1. It jumps 80 cents to $1.20. That's a 50% move based on the news of Grayscale. So again, Grayscale is a major player, major influencer in this space. Let's move on to the next coin. Similar chart for Decentraland. Again, the spike on mid-March, it jumps up to $1.15 from a price of 51 cents. So that's a more than 50% move. And these coins are basically in order of size. Decentraland is now, I believe, top 100. 66, yes. They weren't originally. Now, Filecoin, again, look at the chart, March 17th. Now, there's been a lot of movement on March 17th and 18th. This jumped up to $80. It was already expensive from $55. Again, this goes into public perception that coins that are above a certain level don't move as much because they're already priced in or they're already expensive. But it's really percentage moves. 55 to 80, now look at it, it's 185. It's tripled basically since the news 2 weeks ago. And now Filecoin it's ranked number 11. It's insane how much it's moved. So the last one we'll talk about is LivePeer, and that's the one that's most noteworthy. It's still below, out of the top 100. You see, it's ranked number 127. When this news came out, it moved the most. So on March 17th, it jumped up in a matter of a couple of days to $28. Before the news on the 15th, it was $7. That's a 4x in less than a week. And all you needed to know was the Grayscale news. Or you needed to know someone like me who's looking at this news. So, how do we leverage this going forward? Well, luckily for me, the LitecoinLeader, and luckily for you, is keeping on top of this. Now we have a list from a tweet there's additional coins that are being looked at. And here's just a sampling of them. The whole message is available. It's available if you dig into this tweet. But you can see that there's a couple of coins that are mentioned here. Cardano's not released yet. Cosmos or Atom isn't released yet. EOS, Flow. I think RSR is also on there too. There's a lot of really good coins and projects that are mentioned on the Grayscale list that are going to come out. And you saw the time frame. If we go back to the original article, this was a end of January article, and then 6 weeks later, in mid-March, the news comes out. So do you think that maybe you might want to look at these other coins as the next thing to come for Grayscale and other things to emerge? So looking at the news on a company like Grayscale or a company like Coinbase and knowing where to look for that. One more thing I'll share, the Coinbase blog. The Coinbase blog is a great set of information. They mention news here, but most people don't dig into this. So you can see a coin like Polygon or SushiSwap or Scale are about to be launched on Coinbase. It's not prevalently known yet, but those coins are going to start moving too. So by digging, not just reading the news, but digging into them and finding out what coins are impacted by the news is really a great way to find the next projects in the coins in the altcoin space that are going to move. So this is just a sampling of what you'll find behind our subscription at LitecoinLeader.com. I'll be looking at a ton of different sources, be it YouTube, be it news, digging into the news. You will find lots of content back there that will help you on your path to financial freedom. So with that said, it's time to close the drawer on the bureau for the day. This is LitecoinLeader. I'll see you next time. Wait 1 minute before you go. There's a little bit extra I wanted to let you know about. For new subscribers to LitecoinLeader.com, there's going to be an extra special game that we're going to play over the next several weeks and possibly months. It's going to be a surprise, but there's going to be a nice prize for it too. So stay tuned. It's going to be released in a few days. You'll know when you see it. I'll see you at LitecoinLeader.com.